I'm now going to do number 9 from the 6.1, 6.2 review. I'm sorry, number 8. Here's a game. If a player rolls 2 dice and gets a sum of 2 or 12, he wins $20. If the person gets a 7, he wins 5. The cost to play the game is 3. Find the expected payout. X is equal to the payout. Keep in mind, this is not the winnings. So I make my probability distribution with all the different outcomes for the payout. The first payout is $20. The next payout is $5. And then the last payout would be $0. I had some people ask why it wouldn't be 17, 2, and -3, and that's because that would be the winnings. Now we have to figure out the probability of getting a 20, a 5, or a 0 for your payout. To do that, I'm going to make a probability, the sample space, of rolling 2 different die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now the game is where we're finding the sum. So the sum of rolling a 1 and a 1 is 2. And then you can keep going. The sum of rolling a 1 and a 2, a 2 is 3. And just keep going down the line here. The sum of rolling a 2 and a 1, is 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep going here. 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 3 and 2 is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then 6 and 2 is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my other page now. And you look, the probability to win $20. Now I'm dealing with this one here. $20 says you have to get a sum of 2 or 12. Looking at my sample space then, I only have a 2 right here or a 12 right here. There's no other way to get a 2 or a 12. So there's 2 different options for that out of 36 total options. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to write, there's a 2 out of 36 chance. 5. To win $5, you have to get a 7. So looking at my sample space, I get a 7 here, 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 and here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 36. Okay, so I'm going to write 6 out of 36. Okay, and then finally to win $0, that would not be a 20 or a 5. So I'm going to take 36 minus 8, and I get 28. So the chances there are 28 out of 36. Now I could have counted them all up here, but it just makes sense to do the complement. Now I have my probability distribution. Okay, now I need to find my expected value. Now I'm going to do it with you in the calculator, so I'm going to go slow. Hit stat for me. Enter on edit. Enter the X in your L1, so 20. Enter 5, enter 0, enter. Go to L2, hit 2 divided by 36. 6 divided by 36. 28 divided by 36. Then hit stats, calc, one variable stats, L1 and L2, and then calculate. You can see then that our expected value is 1.94 repeating, and our standard deviation of X is equal to 4.75. Make sure that you know how to find.
All right. So no music, but let's music.
Make sure you know how to use the formula, the sum of X. The sum of X of I times the probability of I. That's where you take your first outcome, 20, times the probability of that outcome, 2 over 36. Okay? Plus the probability, your second outcome, which is 5, times the probability of that happening, 6 out of 36. This is where you can do the dot, 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 but there's no need here because we only have one more outcome. 0 times the probability of that happening is 28 out of 36. Make sure you know how to do the standard deviation as well. Finally, the question says, is this game fair? Well, the expected payout right now for everyone who plays is equal to $1.94. Is the game fair? Not really, because you're playing, okay, so you're playing for $3. If the expected payout is $1.94, you then are actually expected to lose $3 for playing minus the expected payouts, which is equal to $1.06. You're losing that money, okay? So, is the game fair? No. I want to remind you one last thing. I computed the standard deviation, but this has a condition, and the condition is you have to check for independence, and you just have to state why it's independent, okay? For example, the probability of what you get on one die does not affect the probability of the other die. All right? Make sure you know how to use the formula sheet as well. This is a long problem, but a good problem. Let me know if you have any questions.